was inevitable. One must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power, such as you've never dreamed.
I've spent most of my life fighting a war. That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one. You and I both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can. But I'm counting on you to see this through.
Nice haircut. Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
Buckle up.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain. You have no power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Hello there. This is where the fun begins.
What's up, guys? Unofficial Star Wars here, and you just watched the brand new Ahsoka official trailer for Disney+. Let's go ahead and hop right on into it. We have some new announcements for this upcoming Star Wars show that are very exciting. Let's go ahead and dive right on into it. This isn't necessarily my full Easter egg review breakdown video necessarily, but I will be touching on a few things here and there throughout the trailer. I want to do that in a separate video here on the channel, so stay on the lookout for that by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified for when that video comes out. We're also discussing and talking about everything Star Wars related, including news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, grab that subscribe button today and join us here. Anyway, Disney Plus announced its release plan for the upcoming Star Wars series Ahsoka. After making her live action premiere in season 2 of The Mandalorian, Rosario Dawson is back as the Jedi Master Ahsoka in her series of her own. The show will bring back much of the cast of the animated Star Wars Rebels show, pushing the ongoing Mandoverse story forward while also serving as a continuation of Rebels, the animated show. And so, Ahsoka was recently revealed to be premiering on August 23rd, as we know, nearly 6 months after the franchise's last live-action streaming entry, The Mandalorian Season 3. So, aside from all that, here's what we know. Ahsoka will be releasing on August 23rd with a 2-episode premiere, very similar to what the Obi-Wan Kenobi show had done last year. As we know, Ahsoka's latest trailer had revealed a 2-episode premiere for the Disney Plus show on August 23rd. This means that the series will have a 7-week release plan running until Wednesday, September 20th. This 2-episode premiere is similar to the number of recent Star Wars releases, as I had mentioned. Not only Obi-Wan Kenobi, but Andor had premiered with 3 episodes, and including with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show with that 2-episode premiere was also The Bad Batch Season 2, had both premiered with 2 episodes. So, the Ahsoka release plan is as follows: all on Wednesdays, Episode 1 and 2, both on August 23rd, Episode 3 a week later on August 30th, Episode 4, September 6th, Episode 5, September 13th, Episode 6, September 20th, Episode 7, September 27th, and Episode 8, October 4th. So it's pretty cool to see that the show will be kind of streaming, I guess, and kind of getting us through the weeks, I guess, and bringing us all the way till October. And I do quickly want to touch on this, although I will talk about it in more detail and in more depth in a separate feature video here on the channel. It's interesting to see that it brings us to just the beginning of October, which I think gives plenty plenty of leeway for them to fit skeleton crew in a November or December release of this year as well. That is something that had been teased by some of the cast and crew members that had worked on the Star Wars Skeleton Crew show. Now, if you don't know a lot about the Skeleton Crew show, I've talked about it numerous times here on the channel, so check out a couple of those videos, but that is also going to be a part of the Mandoverse. It's pretty much described as a Stranger Things in space, directed by John Watts, the director of the MCU Spider-Man movies, and has been said to have been set directly after the events of the Ahsoka show, which I also would like to mention, and I'll also be discussing this in more detail and in more depth in a separate future video here on the channel, but the Ahsoka show, season 1 at least, is taking place directly at the same time as the events of The Mandalorian season 3, which is very interesting to learn about. As I had mentioned, I'll talk about both of those things in a separate future video here on the channel. It's all the more reason to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Okay, so let's quickly talk about this here as well. Will there be more episodes of Ahsoka? It is tough to say if there will be a second season, but what I have heard so far is that if the story needs it, I think for one thing, I think the story will for sure be set up to have a season 2, but unfortunately it also seems that Disney is eyeballing the numbers as well. If the numbers and there's enough viewership and enough people are interested in talking about the show, then of course they're going to go ahead and continue it with a season 2. However, if that's not the case, then they don't have a ton of a plan and a budget necessarily to want to continue on this project, which is unfortunate that it does rely on the viewership and the numbers. How many Disney Plus subscribers is this show bringing in, rather than just basing it off of the story, but I get it, how money works and everything like that. Anyway, there is plenty to be excited about in Ahsoka's 8-episode run, and given that the fans will be getting 1/3 of the entire series in one day, August 23rd just became the biggest day of the summer for us Star Wars fans. A 5-week run may seem short, especially after the gargantuan 12-episode season 1 of Andor that seemed to kind of gone on forever. However, Ahsoka feels a bit more like a mini-series akin to Obi-Wan Kenobi, rather than the typical TV show. And let's also not forget that Obi-Wan Kenobi as a Disney Plus show is very limited. They don't have many plans to continue that on in the very near future right now, but never say never with that, but that's a whole nother topic. With Ahsoka, there is plenty of a potential to have a season 2, as I had mentioned. This show is as much of the beginning of something new as it is to an epilogue for the beloved Star Wars Rebels animated show, also acting as a continuation of the Mandoverse overall. Sure, characters and narrative threads will play into the future of the Mandoverse story, which Ahsoka finds itself plenty of room to go ahead and be in the middle of, but the show will likely feel like an extra chapter of an already existing story rather than the start of a new one to a point. There is a real chance that these 8 episodes are all fans get when it comes to Ahsoka, unfortunately, so don't hold your breath on it, but never say never, I think is what I'm looking for. A second season is not a guaranteed at this point, but creator Dave Filoni has these 8 episodes to weave a fulfilling Rebels follow-up without the promise of anything else for the upcoming show, that it will feel satisfying alone by itself if they don't go ahead and continue it on with a season 2. Anyway guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys all think here. What are you looking forward to most with the Ahsoka Disney Plus show? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Mark your calendars for August 23rd, a 2-episode premiere, 3 a.m. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. Have a great one, guys. May the Force be with you as always.